Alright, we're back, everybody. It has been a while. And even though we're not on the reservation, it may seem like it sometimes, we have dove into an oldie but goodie, Joel Toppin's Comanchería, or Comancheria. Now, I think this is a sequel to his game Navajo Wars, which I've never played. As a matter of fact, let me turn down the old Western sound effects. But yeah, never played Navajo Wars. This game here was the very first game featured on my channel, but my old phone, primitive phone as it was, I don't know, I can't remember, believe it recorded, but I think it did because I was going to load it up to YouTube, but I must have had storage issues or something, but it overheated and kicked the bucket on me. So I remember putting it in the freezer trying to cool it down. It lasted about a day afterwards. So that game here never got published. Now, it has been a long time. Now, like I said, I don't know how old my channel is, if it's been over 10 years or so, but it has been a while since we played this game. We've taken up Atlantic Sentinels. That it had its run. It was on my table for at least over 6 months, probably. But, you know, that's how it is on this channel. We don't have much gaming time. We really shouldn't have a channel, as I say. But we brought it back. We're diving into it. A lot more deeper than... nothing against Atlantic Sentinels. It's a good game. And its defense, you know, it's just basically a game where you go from North America to England, back and forth, and you have your encounters on the way. And there's not really much... decisions to be made. It's a lot of die rolls and it's a lot of charts, which is fine. But it was time to move on from that one, and we pulled up this game here, and this is a lot different. You talk about a 360-degree turn. Where do I begin with this game? Mechanics, basically. It's about the Comanche Empire, I guess is what he's calling it here. Now, he has about 8 videos that help you along the way. They're tutorials, and believe me, I watched them because even though I played this game back in the day, I started reading into it, and it was not bringing back anything familiar with me, so I had to basically learn it all again. But once you get it learned, and or once you've learned it, rather, it's not too hard. This has been on my table for at least a couple of weeks, so I've had a chance to really enjoy this game. I actually won the first scenario. And we're going on the second one, but they all start off. I think they only got 3 scenarios, 3 or 4, and some way to play a campaign game, which I really don't get into the rules. But a little bit foggy on scenarios, but they all kind of basically start out from scenario 1, and then you work your way up. You can play scenario 1, then go up to scenario 2. You can go start at 1, go 2 and 3, and 2, 3, and 4, I think is what it is. But I did the very first one. And basically what it was all these colored areas are different, I guess, areas, territories. And what you're basically wanting to do in the very first one, it's kind of a few turns into the second scenario right now. You can see I have these ravage counters. You want to get rid of any competition to the Comanche people, be it other tribes or other powers such as Spain, what else is there? I guess Texas, and I'm seeing the United States. So, but they're not into it yet. We're really early into the history card here that they have. You start out with, it shows you right here what the objectives were that I overcame. The only thing is, I had these victory objectives obtained a lot earlier. It took me a while to get what's called a victory check. So you got to kind of maintain those until you can finally get a chance to check for victory, and luckily I was able to survive. But they were encroaching, and they being the Spanish, they're coming in from west. South is here on the board, but they're coming in from here. I guess this would be the Colonials, and this north enemy up here is other native tribes from the north. Let me pause for a throat clearing break. Anyway, he's got some really good components. You can see the buffalo; those are resources. Other tribes, sometimes they could be allied with you, but you have to have an ally marker on them. So till then, but what I've basically done here was sent out my bands of warriors, and they've ravaged these tribes. Now, once these tribes get ravaged a certain amount of times, they disappear. And as long as there's nobody else in the purple section, I'll gain control of it. Now, another prerequisite to victory conditions is that you must have what they call Indian settlement in this game is a rancheria. So you have to have an Indian settlement in another colored space. I had 2 of them in there for my last one to get that victory, but like we said, from the second scenario starting over, which is fine. But yeah, it's basically what it is. You got a lot of resources here. Trade goods. If you have that in your hand, you can trade that in for a re-roll. Food helps you out here. These little numbers here are population points, so you can turn these in for more population, and that more population helps you create bands and so forth. Horses are good for trading and for movement. And here you have your warrior bands. This one here is only warrior to 1. See him, he's alone by himself. You get down here, you got two boys or 2 warriors. And here you got the big 3, 1, 2, and 1 all the way in the back 3. So that's an old game, and I can't remember. I don't even know if it says on here when it was first published. But here's the bot system, and it's a good bot system. What they'll have you do is you roll on here to find out which enemy you'll be encountering. Here it's only 1. It's still early, so it's either going to be the northern native tribes or the Spanish, and you'll pick them from here. On the second step of this, you'll just what you do is just randomly flip one of these over to keep it, not too monotonous or the same. So the second step is just a random flip over, and then what you'll finally do on the third step is activate the top one. So it just kind of keeps it going. And this is where you put them, and then you'll rotate them down here. This is just their actions. It tells you what they're doing. So, like if we rolled a die here, well, try it again. It was a 4. That would mean the West Spanish would be activated. You come down here, and here's the Spanish West. Roll another die. And number 2. And here's what the randomness is. You'll just take this 2, and you'd take this settle, and you'd flip that over. And then it would be war. You don't like that one. So, yeah. And then after you flip that one over, something totally not to do with that, you should pick the top one, which would be peace. And when he's done, you put it in active. You move these up. Move these on. Now it's got a little conveyor belt here. But that's it. As you can see here, we have been ravaging. Another thing is my resources of my Comancheria. I only got 1 A because I just started. It's like my second turn or so, 3rd turn. But you can see here, and I flip these boys over to finish. They're done for the day. You can see their horses are eating. Sun's setting low. I got this little boy still here, but we have got a bunch of captives from our pillaging of our neighbors' horses, and this signifies a war chief. You can see here they got their war chiefs and their civil chief, and I will not even attempt. This is a Momiana or whatever, the Parabo, and even Joel says that these might not be. we're doing the natives an injustice by rudely trying to pronounce their names, but yeah, Mahiyama. Yeah, Mahiyama. You take him with you, though. He'll give you some bonuses when the war chief's calling out the strategies. That is about it. What else we got going on here? One in the last scenario. Like I said, it was kind of a little bit foggy on how to mesh the scenarios together. I don't know if I like that system. I'd rather have something totally different, but it is what it is. It just makes it. And I think you win the first one by having control of 1 territory and 1 settlement. And the second one, I guess, is like it's just a step up. 2 territories, 3. I mean, I guess that's what it is. You just want to expand, but they have some really good cards that come into play on both ends. All kinds of cards here. So the cards will really throw in a little bit of history lessons and gameplay modifiers either way, pro and con. Oh, let's see. That's pretty much it. I still have my game. I have not been able to touch this, and I thought about picking this up because I wanted to put some games down in here, but I got some parts on here that really can't be picked up yet. So I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to do that. That's my homemade game about Lee's retreat from Gettysburg. But yeah, it might have to be a retirement project. I got it all down pat. Just a matter of making the counters. Doing the getting my hands dirty part. And like I said, I barely got time to play these games. Oh, what else we got going on there? Oh, we had a P500. I think I was signed up for that Kaiser's Fleet from Gilbert Collins. And I don't know what happened with the one. The only thing is, I think what happened with those games is that it takes so long for them to go to that P5, like maybe a year or two. And I think my card must have, I don't know if it got stolen or something, but I don't know if the card was any good anymore. So yeah, I think I go through cards on that. Either they get stolen or you get hacked or something. So they might have ran the wrong card. I'll have to see because I know that game is out and what happened. We'll find out on that end. But that's another weird thing about old Mr. Collins' game. I think he released a game at one time, or I think he's basing his game on. I think he said did a video. It was called Kaiser's Fleet 1914. And it wasn't by him. It was by somebody else. But he just released one, and that's the one that I actually got. I think it's from Compass Games, called Kaiser's High Sea Fleet. But, man, it looks awfully so familiar. Can I just, make me a game called Comanchería Empires and just basically do this and tweak it a little bit? I don't know. I have no idea. It just stuck out as me as kind of strange. But I think maybe his War and Peace, or his, what was that game call they just did with the American Revolution? I got it here, as a matter of fact, if I can just see it, because my mind won't let me remember it. But yeah, it might have been based on Washington's War or something. We just got done playing that game. That was a really good game by Gilbert. Hold on, it's driving me crazy. Right back. War for America. Okay, that was it. All right. Other than that, that's about it. We're gonna mess with this game. We might, me with the old channel, get a little bit of drop-ins right now. I got stuff to do. I'm just down here. Got a few minutes, and it's been a while. We have been playing, but not all that much. Although it's good to be back to the board gaming aspect. Like I said, I've been watching some videos on that Kaiser's Fleet. It don't look like it's all that complicated. From a 1 to 10, I'd say it's more like a 5. This might even be more complicated. This has got some. Once you learn how to play the game, you see how to make little strategies and try to help yourself out. So yeah, it's a good game. We've been getting into this when we have some free time. Some Cowboys and Indians, Comanchería by Mr. Toppin. And like I said, he has his 8-part video, and highly recommended. Old Marco Wargamer, OmniGamer. He gave it up. He's his channel. He ain't doing it no more. It's kind of weird how these channels come and go. Mine will be here for a while. If you don't see nothing happening here, I don't know if there's anybody to tell you if. Although that one Wargamer, let me finish my sentence. If there was anybody to tell you if I ever passed away or anything, but that one Wargamer, he did. His channel was gone. Everybody was asking about him, and they said the poor guy, passed on. So at least somebody let you know. I don't know if anybody let you know on this one, but there are some channels. I got some channels too that I watch on YouTube, and I leave messages on there like, "What happened to you?" There's one of my, more entertaining channels, but yeah, you never know. But we're still here. Still here, War Room Section of Man Cave. Having a good time. Haven't made it any gaming conventions yet. I might have to wait till retirement for sure too. So, but hey, retirement ain't that far away. So we're crawling to the finish line. We're back.